When I was 13, I was very active. Art club, science club, German club, pep band, jazz ensemble. Trombone, by the way. Of course it was trombone. Of course it was trombone. The plays, the musical, Key Club, which was kind of junior Rotary, Model UN.
What country?
Djibouti, because I thought that was super funny. I forced us to have Djibouti. Their main export, Coca-Cola bottles. It got to the point. Oh, we haven't even started yet. It got to the point where when my math teacher asked if someone could volunteer to sit in on his church's bell choir, I raised my hand. Not that I went to church, but I knew bass clef, you know? Why don't you just wait for your note, right? And I think that teachers like encourage us in kids, like, be active, be very active. It's gonna build your self-confidence, which is bad. Because it does. It builds your self-confidence, but it builds like your nerd self-confidence. And then you just end up being that kid wearing the fedora, dancing at big band night at the old folks' home, you know? So, I think it was this nerd self-confidence that made me think that I could impress Sarah Zimmerman. Oh yeah. Just wait. So Sarah Zimmerman, I knew the back of Sarah's head from chorus class. She was a year older. I was in 7th grade. She was in 8th grade. She was about 6 inches taller than me. Blonde, a cheerleader, popular, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say busty. Sarah looked like Jenny McCarthy before she turned into a monster. I look exactly the same as I do now, except my body was smaller. My head was the same size. Looked exactly the same without the beard. Like, I kind of looked like a Q-tip. I was like very tiny, huge head. And Sarah might have known my first name, but that was it. But I had a plan. I was going to change all of that with a grand romantic gesture. Now, my school's talent show was more of an open mic. You didn't need to audition. You didn't need to rehearse. Nobody really knew what you were gonna do. You just waited for your name to be called, and then it was go time. Now, I have never been a naturally gifted singer, but I can do impressions of other singers really well. I can do like a Louis Armstrong for like 5 minutes before my voice gives out. I think you can tell by the timbre of my voice that I do an amazing Kermit the Frog. Today you get 3 beers into me and I am Tom Jones. But at the time, when I was 13 years old, I could do a really impressive Bill Medley. Now, I can tell by your silence and the one gasp, you don't quite know who Bill Medley is. I'll tell you, he was one of the Righteous Brothers. I didn't know that at the time. But he was one of the singers on the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, which was very popular when I was 13. Even though Dirty Dancing came out when I was 7 in 1987, but it kept having these renaissance, you know? So when I was in junior high, every party played the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. straight through. So I knew it by heart. And I had a karaoke tape of it in my pocket when my name was called at the talent show, which was not held at the junior high auditorium because we didn't have an auditorium. It was held at the high school auditorium in front of the entire junior high, the entire high school, and everybody's parents. Everyone I had ever met was there. When my name was called, and I sauntered up to the stage and pushed myself up the front of the stage. I didn't even walk around to the stairs, so I was too manly. I decided that I was gonna hoist myself up the front of the stairs, macho style. And I approached the microphone, wearing a oversized, pale blue t-shirt with manatees on it. And I began, and I said into the microphone, Sarah Zimmerman, can you join me on stage? I know. Now, Sarah had the cool girl instincts to disappear into her seat, but her friends were mean girl bitches, so they pushed her up on stage with me. And the music began to play, and I began to sing in a deep, throaty, age-inappropriate baritone. Now I had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth. And I owe it all to you. And I looked over at Sarah as if to say, surprise, it's a duet. You're gonna be singing the girl part. Sarah's eyes went glassy, and I literally saw the blood drain from her face, only to see it come back marching up her neck as hives. And she was just frozen, shaking on stage. And then the most amazing thing happened. I watched as Sarah's lizard brain took over. Her self-preservation instinct just took over. And without any cognition, no higher level thinking in her eyes, her legs just carried her off stage. I'll do that again for you. Just all brainstem was like, oh yeah, I got this. Okay, so I was left alone on stage with the music still playing. And here's my inner monologue. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Let's take a moment and think about what are the decisions that went into putting me on stage at this time in front of the entire town. Could I make different decisions in the future that would not put me in the situation over and over and over again? Instead, I decided to sing both parts, which is what I'm about to do for you right now. talk this afternoon, and so I haven't sang this song in 18 years. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you, 'cause I So we'll just let it go, don't be afraid to lose control. Now, yes, I know what's on your mind, and when you say, stay with me tonight, you're the one thing I can't get out. So I'll tell you this could be love, because I had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I had the time of my life, and I touched your every open door, and I found the truth, and I owe it all to you. Oh, you guys, that's the saxophone solo. Are you ready for the saxophone? It lasts 21 seconds. Never felt like this before. True. And I